All right, gang. We man, I'm already stuttering, so you already know. So people are making reaction videos on if we are to be trusted and we're influencers, we get free MPCs, whatever the title of this video, it is what it is. You know what it is. And, I'm using my platform to kind of shed light on how YouTube works in a nutshell from my standpoint. And, I'm still a small content creator. Some of the people that have made these videos, they're smaller content creators, by margin, but we're all small content creators. I don't consider content creators to be kind of big until like 250,000 subscribers, a quarter mil, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say 500K or whatever, and that kind of, it's iffy because I don't look at my subscriber count as like, oh, I know more than you because I got more subscribers. It's not how things work on YouTube. You can put out a quality video at one subscriber. You know what I'm saying? And people are going to tune in if the content is good. And that's the one thing I want you guys to understand. Dude, I've put out thousands of videos on the MPC gang. Thousands, well, not thousands, but I will say over 2,500 videos in general. And a quarter of them are MPC videos, tutorials, things that people look at from this time on to the future. Things, and we're going to talk about quality content too, because I want to help these content creators, other content creators, you, if you tuned in, with making solid content. And I'm going to be straightforward about it. It might be cliche because you might have heard it before, and you might even know more than me. It is very possible. Okay. But I saw, and I'm looking over here because I got my notes and stuff like that. I want to be kind of genuine in this sense, and not kind of, I'm being genuine, and I want to do more content like this so you guys can understand how things work over here, and then you don't have to worry about, what is what and whatnot. I'm going to clarify. It's not free. The MPC, whatever equipment, and I've been that guy that when I was smaller than what I am now, that have been salty because other content creators are getting stuff from companies and stuff like this. First of all, a lot of the content creators that are getting quote unquote rewarded from these companies or whatever the case, getting sponsorships and all this, have worked hard for it, whether we like it or not, whether I like it or no. I had to come to the realization that I got to work extremely hard for it. And that's what my family raised me to do, work really hard for it. You know what I'm saying? And then if it don't work, it just don't work, but work hard and try to improve your content so that more people will tune in. That's always been my philosophy over here, But yeah, I understand. I am a influencer. I'm an influencer. I don't like the term, but I have a level of influence because I've done so many videos and I've accrued so many subscribers that people they trust my opinion to a certain degree. And you do not have to trust my opinion, by the way. I'm not sitting here going to tell you that, yeah, my word is bond. Tune in to me because I'm real, or any of that other stuff that someone else might say, And I've heard some things too about, well, I think this person deserves this and deserves that because blah, 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 blah. Fill in the blanks. They deserve this because blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm going to tell you something. One thing I had to get over as a content creator, as someone that does music, as someone that does business, nobody deserves a damn thing. That might sting, but nobody deserves a damn thing. And I've had to realize that and back it up with hard work, with data, statistics, proving that I deserve it. And I work extremely hard. A lot of you guys know that. And if you want to take that away from me, again, I can't control you. People are going to react to this the way that they want, and that's the way I'm moving. I can't control you guys from jumping into the comment section and getting a couple of bars off. I appreciate it because it just gives me more emotion when someone comes into my comment section and tries to discredit me in a certain manner. I don't mind someone correcting me if I give misinformation, but if you are one of those folks that, well, actually, you're one of those guys, well, bruh, look, all I got to say is this. You should support those who deserve, because I'm not gonna put out any names, but one of the people I work with them. I'm cool with them. Talk to them from time to time. Not every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a grown folk with my own life. I'm a grown person. And look, I don't make any of these decisions. All I do is just put my nose to the ground. I think that might be the right. Put my feet to the ground, stand 10 toes down, and just do what I know I can do really good and control what I can control. But the wildest thing is a lot of the folks that have this discourse, man, y'all are around my age, man, older even. And some of y'all that are slightly younger, you're going to have to mature into thinking like an adult. And this is not ad hominems. This is not me trying to insult someone and make someone feel bad. This is a clear-cut observation about how you move, because how you move, whether you're getting rewarded from it right now or nah, will affect you in the future. And that's why I've made massive adjustments in my maturity as I grow as a content creator in this space, because what I say has consequences. I know that. I know that firsthand. I ain't gonna tell you why. You know what I mean? Some things I get more ridicule for just cause. And I'm not going to go into that paradigm, not in this video at least, But I'm just saying that I understand that it works. And a lot of you guys are going to continue to do it because, again, I looked at some of the content creators' content when they get into things that are more educational, et cetera, and people ain't clicking on it, because if you have a headline, a thumbnail that looks wild, and you're going to click on it. The people like to click on stuff like that, but that doesn't have that much longevity like the average person that is continuously pouring into the sphere of knowledge and providing some level of substance. Whether you might agree or like that person or not, they're adding substance, and that longevity is appreciated in, guess what, the long run. Because, yeah, what if I curse or whatever and I say something wild? As long as it's not too wild or whatever, and the headline can be juicy as hell, or, I have a take that's bad or whatnot, and you focus on that take, dude, your video you might blow me up in that video and say whatever the case may be. And, I just don't like when people lying on me. You feel me? And that's where we're going with that stuff. And I don't like that. But you know what? Pocket watching is crazy. I know that. Like, pocket watching me is insane. And being an adult and doing that and worried about how others make money and do money, like spend their money, is insane. But I've seen a whole lot of that in this space. But I wish we could go back to, people valuing a specific kind of content, but we can't, because, the world is wild right now. I get it. That's the landscape of this world is wild. Wildness is rewarded as much as educational, documentative, and factual. It is. But you got to be careful about how you grow, because, again, just like you have people that like you, and you continuously go after this person, that person, or whatever the case may be, dude, I'm going to tell you right now that it does have consequences down the line. I'm speaking from experience, and I went through that. My channel is going through it. When a lot of people, someone reached out, it's like, man, damn, dog, like, your views have dipped. I'm like, yeah, because I'm still on probation. I'm still on probation for something, I got a community guideline strike for, which I normally would get like a copyright infringement or whatever the case. I don't know what to say, the proper terminology. I'm not claiming to be the smartest person, but those things have consequences. YouTube gets into it, and they have you have a community guideline strike, and you're a small channel like me or the rest of the people, bro. It's gonna be hell. It's hard. It's already hard for 1 million plus subscriber channels to get YouTube to give them a fair review. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of content out there for that. Let me look at my notes. I just want to kind of close this thing out. But yeah, you're going to end up making more enemies than friends. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. 2026, I'm really good, because I've dealt with, people trying to pit me against other content creators in this space, and trying to elevate your favorite content creator. And granted, I think that you should just watch their content, and they don't have to come out with such ridiculous headlines. Just watch their content, and if it's not worthy because you only tune in to the controversial stuff, then you already spoken. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I go through that as a content creator where I drop a video, and that's the thing: consistency, quality, collaboration. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that I kind of live by. There's the 3 C's, of course. You know, Collaboration, content, consistency, but quality. It's a Q, but it's quality. People, quality content is always rewarded. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand how that works. And, as a direct conclusion, and for those who are trying to grow their channel, they are doing the exact opposite of the people that I'm addressing, man, it takes time. I've been on here for 20 plus years. I didn't really get paid for the first time until maybe 2015, and that's from me doing like 9 or 10 videos within a week. That's when I saw my YouTube analytics go up. I started my own little website or whatnot, sound designing, just many different things that a lot of people don't even know that I do to this very day. You know what I'm saying? Consulting, marketing, all that, you know? But dog, look, I get it. Jealousy is one thing, but lying on people that's not cool. And just stirring the pot, definitely not cool, man. And I think I'll wrap that up right there. I think that's a fair sentiment. But what do you guys think about that? I'm just being honest with you guys, and I want this place to grow because I've seen it when it was small and nobody really cared, and it's not huge still, but the level has stepped up, and there's more people starting to walk into this space.